watching them on a private boat. You can also go to me if I were doing it. So with that, if we do see any sort of sign of aggression, then we'll go ahead and leave them alone. One more sign of aggression they'll use is actually called chupping. Chupping is when they'll exhale back to back to back quite loudly, and that's pretty much just them showing you, like normally the males that do it, pretty much just them showing you that they don't want you around them. They normally do it to other male dolphins whenever they're trying to find a mate, and there's a little bit of a duel going on there. Whoever's the loudest normally gets the female. But otherwise, they should be pop up here off the left side in a moment. But while we're waiting for that, I'll kind of be quiet here so you guys can let us know if they pop up. They were slightly making their way towards us, so they might pop up on the other side as well. Now that was a pretty big pod, so I really don't want to leave them alone. We might have to here in a couple of minutes if they don't pop back up for us, because we only have a limited amount of time for these trips.
They probably know the yellow boats too. They said dolphins are smart as dogs.
Dolphins know something we don't. Oh, never mind, guys. They finally popped up. You guys will see them off the left side. As they were pivoting around, they popped up in front of us.
They're gonna see that Kansas City hat.
There they are. They're sitting literally right underneath the boat, just sitting there laughing at me, telling you guys that they aren't here. Probably pop up on the other side now that I told you guys that side. It's a good sign though, at least they're right up next to the boat, showing they have a little bit of interest in being around the boat. Try that. Sometimes when we change it up, they decide they want to pop back up to see where the noise went.
How fast does this boat go?
Right around 30.
I was about right, I said that. It doesn't seem like you're going that fast, but you are.
Right.
When I was in the tanks, we were in the desert, we had multiple more.
Big. I think it was
On the straights.
At least some of you guys saw them this time, so it doesn't seem like I'm a liar. I'll make that change.
I always see them like at SeaWorld and stuff. I would actually see them live. Wow.
So we're going to pull away here for a moment, and a lot of times when we act like we're going to leave, they decide they're going to pop back up. I kind of compare these dolphins to children. They do the exact opposite of what you want them to do a lot of times.
Yep.
And I think at this point we're just going to leave this pod alone unless they show me a for sure fact that they were going to be interested in being around us. Which is not looking to be the case right now. We'll try to find behind these guys on the way back in. We're going to go ahead and throttle up here and hope for a bigger pod down the channel. Pod of dolphins right up here in front of us. Probably about a pod, at least 4, even a couple more than that. A lot of times you guys see, 2 or 3 at the surface, normally multiplied by 2. They do not normally all surface at once. But they're right in line between us and the Sunshine Skyway Bridge up there in front of us. Keep your eyes out all around the boat because there's these right here, but there's a couple in front of us as well. We're going to go ahead and pivot around so you guys can see them all off the left side, port side. If you guys hear me say port or starboard at any point today, just so you guys have an idea of what the heck I'm talking about. The port side is the left-hand side. Port has 4 letters, left has 4 letters. The starboard side is the right side, which also has the stairs on it. Easy way, again, for you guys to remember. We'll start with that. So if you guys hear me say that at any point, that's purely because I'm so used to saying port and starboard with the nautical industry, because right and left is relative. If I were to face you guys, my right to your left, that's all kinds of confusing for you guys. So if you guys do see any sort of the brownish color that's coming up, that's not because we're touching bottom or anything like that. It is, after all, because the water is a little bit more shallow over here than what the channel is. We're sitting about 8.5 feet of water, and this boat drafts about 4.5. So that's a lot of dolphins. All right. bit with our prop thrust. Definitely a good amount of dolphins.
I cannot see, so I hope I'm getting some of them.
Yeah, I was having a hard time seeing it too.
I can't see nothing but my face.
They are grouped up there pretty good, so we might try to give them a run here in a moment. And they all look like they want to go back towards that bridge off the left side, so this might work out pretty well.
Are you taking pictures?
So I mentioned before the Marine Mammal Act and how protected these guys are and what you should look out for, make sure you're not doing. But after all, you guys can do all kinds of different stuff with these dolphins. If you were to watch them for a couple hours, they go through all kinds of different stuff. They don't really have a feeding time of day. When they see fish and they're hungry, they eat. If they decide they want to eat one type of fish rather than another one, they go after the fish they want. They're kind of like us. But a lot of times when they're feeding, you can see them change from feeding to playing to, rough housing, whatever, within a couple, within an hour time slot. These dolphins are pretty flexible in what they do. And that's what makes this job fun. Every day is different. They're not always going to be inside the same spot. Kind of like yesterday, we had screaming winds all day, and we had all of our dolphins luckily in Boca Ciega Bay. We didn't have to come out here yesterday, but it was just an absolute blast of a day yesterday, although it was windy and I got soaking wet. So at least you guys are out here on a nice day where it's warmer and you're not soaking wet. So any day that's better than that is a good day, especially a day that you guys aren't at work. So what we're going to do here, guys, we're going to throw up the wave and we're going to see if we can get these guys jumping. Guys, we're lined up here. They're still all bunched up and they look like they want to go in that direction. So we're going to give it a shot. Make sure you make some noise if they jump. Hoping they'll go this time.
Maybe he's going that way. No, he
They all turn towards us. That's a good sign. Got the wave building. If they jump, make noise. Truck side, oh, big move! Come on, guys, make some noise! The race is in front here, guys. Make it! think about that? Was it worth the wait after that one pod didn't jump? A lot of you guys had some very concerned looks on your face when they didn't jump the first time. It just takes finding that right pod. So we're gonna spin around here and head back to them.